But as you'll see, I'll take different segments and different pieces of different chapters and incorporate it into what we are currently doing. So hopefully it makes sense. And then when it comes around again, hopefully it makes that much more sense. Okay, can everybody see the Cengage screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So again, like I said, this is the same massage just coming directly out of your book. So it's nothing like random. Has anybody looked at this massage at all? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. All right. So this is coming out of chapter 16, facial massage. Again, this can be an introductory or an introduction to a cleansing massage. Technically, you're going to do 3 total massages during your facial. You're going to do your first massage, which is your pre-cleanse, your second massage, which is your prescribed cleanser, your third massage is going to be your touch therapy, unless you're doing a Pro 30, and then your fourth massage may be when you're doing your dermal layering. So starting from the top, let's see. Preparation. It is recommended that you first practice the facial massage steps on a mannequin. Write out the massage steps on an index card before doing the massage. By this point in your studies, you will already have experience with the setup procedures, client consultation, and decontamination procedures. So I'm going to go through today with my little mannequin. Here, you guys can do the same thing with your mannequins that you guys got in your kit. Just start doing manipulations around the face, or better yet, if you have a model, like a family member or friend that doesn't mind, most people want massages, you can start practicing on them. The point of this is, so you can have a cleansing routine, and you can use the same cleansing routine for any type of skincare treatment you're doing, unless you're doing a specific treatment that requires a certain technique. And then also, it will just help you get more versed in fluidity with your movements. Last thing you want is to be choppy when you're doing the massage part. You want it to flow, be smooth, feel good to the client. Let's see. Procedure. The following procedure is a standard relaxing massage. So when we're doing the cleansing, the double cleanse, pre-cleanse, or the prescribed cleanser, yes, we want to be removing makeup, getting debris off the face, excess oil, but we also want to put our client in a relaxive state. This is our first kind of contact with them as far as the hand is concerned, us physically touching our clients and touching their skin. This is the first time you're touching them when you're doing your double cleanse. This is a great time to feel the texture of their skin. You know, is it ripped fully? Is it rough? Does it feel dry? Is it slurping up the product, which will let you know it's thirsty? Like, what is the skin telling you through touch? You can tell a lot through touch. Is it giving? Does it relax when you touch it? All those great things can be kind of determined once you get more versed with skin when you're touching it. So we're kind of trying to determine that when we're doing the double cleanse. And then when we go back and actually do our touch therapy, that's even a deeper relaxation where we can connect with our clients on a different level as far as changing their breathing, you know, hopefully having them sigh. You can tell like they're just releasing things. You're more feeling the skin when you're doing the double cleanse, and more doing like a connection and a stress relief during the deeper cleanse. Why? Because the double cleanse only lasts for 2 to 3 minutes. So you don't really have 8 to 9 minutes like you would during massage therapy to really connect with your client like you want to. Like 2 to 3 minutes, that's not going to give you enough time. You double, almost triple that with actual massage therapy or the touch therapy portion. So you're able to connect more. This is by far one of my favorite parts of the facial. Just watching people's breathing change is really, really cool. If they have anxiety or different things that are going on, this is also a really great portion where you can incorporate aromatherapy. You can put some on your hands, again, before you even start the massage process, like we do in the beginning with grounding. Have them take 3 deep breaths. Breathe that in. Maybe it's a different scent. Maybe it's a calming scent, whatever, you know, change the music. Maybe have something a little bit upbeat when they first came in. and now you're switching it to spa. Dim the light so it's really, really kind of dark, if you will, because this is their time. It may only be 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes can relax somebody. It can do all sorts of kinds of things. It's almost like a meditation, if you will, massage, just healing through the hands. So the following procedure is a standard relaxing massage. Use a product that will easily glide across the skin. Warm the product before applying. So in you guys' kits, you should have got the massage cream. It should be massage gel, and it's gel to cream. So it starts off as gel, and then as you're gliding it on the skin, it turns into cream. I'm using something a little bit different. I'm using my little cleansing oil today, just because I like the way it glides. This is Damascus rose, and I love anything that's rose. I use rose soap, I use rose oil, I use rose water. I'm all about the rose. So I'm going to use this today. My recommendation, if you don't have massage gel, find some type of oil that's really good for moisturizing and has really good slippage or gliding power. We're doing our aromatherapy projects or essays, so that would be a really good point to research some oils or alternatives that you can add to your back bar. Start out with a light touch, gradually using firm pressure where applicable. Okay, reading from the book, not here. Use a product that will easily glide across the skin. Warm the product before applying. You can put your product in the hot towel cavity, or if your steamer is still running, put it in front of the steamer. On Thursday, the ladies did hand and arm treatments. Tomorrow, we're going to do hand and arm treatments with paraffin because the paraffin wasn't warmed up. But I put the massage cream in the hot towel cavity with lavender, and I had them do one hand with lavender with an essential oil and one hand without. Some of the ladies said they felt a difference, some of them didn't. But anytime you're doing any type of massage, 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to warm the product. Nobody usually likes cold product on their skin unless they just got a really aggressive dermabrasion, microdermabrasion, or chemical peel, laser treatment, anything that you want to cool the skin. But if you haven't done anything super invasive or anything that's brought heat to the skin, then you can use like a warm product. When it says start out with light touches, typically, I'm gonna put on my gloves. Most massages start off with you putting the product all over. Can everybody see my mannequin? I can't tell if you guys can see or not. Oh, hopefully everybody can see. Can everybody see the mannequin?
Just like the top part. You can't. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me adjust it really quickly. I have to read from the book. I can't help it. Okay. All right. So usually you start any type of facial, as far as when you're starting the cleanse, with applying product to the whole entire face. Before you even go into like your manipulations or your techniques, you want to make sure you have ample amount of product on your client's face, so that way you don't have to go get more. Sometimes you will, but as you get more versed in your craft, you'll kind of be able to gauge, okay, this client's a little bit more drier, so I may need 2 extra pumps. This client's skin's plenty oily, so I may need 2 less pumps, so on and so forth. All right, so you start off with light touches, gradually using firm pressure where applicable. A good rule of thumb is to repeat each of the movements, each phase, consistently 3 to 6 times. I always just say 3 times. So for instance, if you're doing efforage, which a lot of facials start off with, which is just long strokes or hand over hand movements, this is what efforage is. You'll have to do this on your state board. You're going to go down and back. That will be 1. So that's 1 time. Down and back, that'll be 2. Down and back, that'll be 3. So that way you make sure that you've actually touched every part of the person's skin and you actually did the step. 6 times, maybe you would do that in maybe like a 90-minute facial if you know that you have more time. But if you're doing a 30-minute, definitely 3 times, and then a 60-minute, you could do 3 times. The number of movements to perform for each step may vary. These are only suggestions. Again, like I said before, this is just an introductory to a cleansing massage. You don't have to do this or don't have to do it this way. It's just giving you an idea. Each instructor may have developed her own routine. Follow your instructor's lead. So my lead is, this is an example of one. If you find another one that you like, go with it, or use bits and pieces of this and incorporate your own. A lot of times people will start doing massage, and then again, as they get more versed, they develop their own stuff. All right. With clean, warm hands, evenly apply the warm massage product to the décolleté. I'm going to have to skip the décolleté, obviously, because it's just a mannequin head, and I don't have one. But if they are getting a 60-minute, I would suggest including the décolleté just in the cleanse. If they're getting a 30-minute, I wouldn't. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, when you're doing a 60-minute facial, you're going to have them change into a smock. When you're doing a 30-minute facial, they usually don't change. You can have them change, but that's just taking up more time versus a 60-minute where you're doing like every step. Okay, so apply the warm massage product to the décolleté, the neck, and the face by using the hands or a soft brush. 1 tablespoon should be enough product for the facial area. Again, that's going to depend on your client's skin. We're in our dry season right now, so they may need a little bit more moisture because we don't have as much in the air. Those kitties. I won't come out. Really? Luckily, it's a mannequin, so I don't need much. This has like been my day all day. I just ran my 3 miles. My clock stopped. I was at 42 minutes. It just stopped. I was like, why? All right. Not going to be enough. All right. I'm going to have to go get something else. Let me see. Why? Just do it. All right. I'll be back. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll be right back, ladies. All right, so I made a little concoction. I did a little bit of oil and a little bit of moisturizer. So again, oh man, this isn't a good idea. Should have put on an apron. You're gonna apply the product. Typically, you want to work your way up because we're trying to fight against gravity. So if the décolleté was here, you apply it on the décolleté. If you want, you can take it down the sides of the arm, bring it up the chin, make sure you don't forget the mouth, get down the sides of the nose, up the nose, and even around the eye. But you never want to put, it's kind of hard to tell on a mannequin, product past like the little dividend of the eye, because that's the thinnest part of skin on the body, and you start to see like milia or other types of lesions going on because the product can't be absorbed. So I got myself a towel. It is going to be too much since I can't absorb it. All right. So once you apply it on, you can start, like I said, with an efforage technique, or if you have another massage that you're following, you can start with that. Step 2, you're going to start with hands on the décolleté, move slowly up the sides of the neck and the face to the forehead, slide to each of the next steps without breaking content or lifting the fingers off the face. So if I was like working on the shoulders, coming up the décolleté, the neck, starting on the chin, and just working my way up. And like it said, don't lose contact. So if you forget what you're doing, just do a quick movement. You know, if you're like, crap, where was I? Just do a quick movement till you get back to where you were, and then continue to go on. So this will be 2. One more time. 3. Step 3. With the middle finger and ring fingers of each hand, start upward strokes on the middle of the forehead at the brow line, working upward toward the hairline. One hand follows the other as the hands move over towards the right temple, then move back across the forehead to the left temple, and then move back towards the center of the forehead. Repeat this 3 to 6 times. This is efforage. So down and back is 1. And I know I did this more than 3 times because I was reading. Down and back is 2. Down and back is 3. Again, if you run out of things, you can do circular movements. You can go back to your efforage. You can efforage a different part. But as long as you keep your hands on your client, that's the goal, unless you need to get more product or have to change the screen. With the middle or the index finger of each hand, start circular movement in the middle of the forehead along the brow line. Continue this circular movement while working towards the temples. Bring the fingers back to the center of the forehead at the point between the brow line and the hairline. Move up on the forehead towards the hairline for final movements. Each time the fingers reach the temple, pause for a moment and do light pressure. So this is kind of putting a little bit of a pressure point massage into the treatment. Pushing on the temples feels so good. Those of you that struggle with like mild headaches and stuff, getting a pressure point massage can sometimes alleviate that. And then if you add peppermint, which is very stimulating, that helps as well. Go back. So start at the brow line. And then as you come back, you're moving up the forehead, but it's still down and back is 1. Down and back is 2. Down and back is 3. And then you can just kind of press. And this feels so good. Oh my gosh. Stressed out, tired. You just have pressure from sinuses. Oh, press all the way on that. Step 5. With the middle and ring fingers of each hand, start crisscross strokes movement at the middle of the forehead, starting at the brow line and moving upward towards the hairline. So kind of going back and forth, and you go back down the center, you come back up, and you would do the whole forehead. Down and back is 1, down and back is 2, down and back is 3, so on and so forth. So just doing a little crisscross. She's using 2 fingers. I like to use 1. And some of the movements may look silly, but they're very comfortable, if you will. Making a mess. I should have got a stand. You think this out too well. So I'm gonna go one more time. And one thing I've noticed with doing massage or doing facials is you could be stressed out or you could be having anxiety, and you help alleviate that energy within you, and you're not necessarily transferring it to your client, but you're releasing it. Step 6, place the ring fingers under the inside corners of the eyebrow. Okay, place the ring fingers under the inside of the eyebrows, and the middle fingers over the brow. Slide the fingers to the outer corners of the eye, lifting the brow at the same time. This movement continues with the next step. I'm looking at this. You could even take it all the way and do full circles if you wanted. According to this. And step 7, start a circular movement with the middle finger out the outside corner of the eye. Continue the circular movements onto the cheekbones to the point under the center of the eye, and then slide the fingers back to the starting point. You can do it like that. Go around, slide up. I like to add my little touch to things. All right.
That looked real relaxing.
It is. Like, the most craziest things usually are like, you're like, what are you doing? Like when someone's chopping on you, I will tell you, people with the most meatiest hands give the best massage because they're pressing on you, and you would think, oh no, but the only time your face is really touched is like during a massage, unless you do your own facials. Same with like hands, even though we use them all day. When you do that hand and arm massage, a lot of people don't have their hands touched. They sure don't have their feet touched, or their ears, and all of those have reflexes that give triggers to different parts of the body and can let you know that things are going on. Even the face has different reflexes that connect to the liver, to the heart, and all sorts of kinds of things. So sometimes when people have issues going on and you're pressing on those different pressure points, you're actually alleviating things in the body. But yes, different crazy movements. All right. Okay, start a light tapping movement from the pads of the fingers. Tap lightly across the eyes as if you were playing piano. Continue tapping movement from the temple, under the eye, toward the nose, over the brow, and upward toward the temple. Do not tap the eyelids directly over the eyebrow. Yeah, don't be like, yeah, that will hurt. But go around. Do that 3 times. This could also be considered tapotement. All right. Step 9, with the middle finger or the index finger of each hand, start circular movements down the nose and continue across the cheeks to the temple. This looks interesting. Slide the fingers under the eyes back towards the bridge of the nose and repeat. I'm gonna do this backwards. Okay, so you're kind of just working on this socket bone, if you will. This, when you massage underneath this area, make sure there's not too much product because the skin can't absorb it, but also make sure you're using really light touches. With the proper pressure and technique, people that struggle with black circles, you can help get rid of that. Black circles are often caused by genetics, thanks to our parents and grandparents, vitamin deficiencies, or circulation. So what that is, when we talk about blood being the thinnest in that area, is your blood. So when you see those black circles, that's actually blood that's either dried up or not being circulated properly. So doing a mild massage, because we know that massage can stimulate circulation, will help rev up what's ever going on there. Now, if it's genetics or if it's a vitamin deficiency, the massage can help a little bit, but you got to get the right vitamin. And then if it's just from your parents, it's just from your parents. Granted, you can do different massages, use creams, you know, do different things to help, but sometimes it just is what it is. Okay, with the middle finger and the ring finger of each hand, slide the fingers from the bridge of the nose, let me see, over the brow, lifting the brow, and down the chin. Start firm circular movements up the chin with the thumbs. Change to the middle fingers at the corner of the mouth. Rotate the fingers 5 times and slide the fingers up the side of the nose, over the brow, and then stop for a moment at the temple. Apply pressure on the temple, slide the fingers down the chin, and repeat the movement 6 times. The downward movement on the side of the face should have a very light touch to avoid dragging the skin downward. So again, with the middle finger and the ring fingers of each hand, slide the fingers from the bridge of the nose over the brow, and you're slightly pressing up, down the chin. Start firm circular movements on the chin with the thumbs. Change to the middle fingers at the corner of the mouth. Rotate 5 times and slide the fingers up the side of the nose. 5 up the nose, over the brow, lift. Stop for a moment at the temples. Apply light pressure going down. We're going to again go to our middle and ring fingers, doing our circular motions. Just trying to make sure I'm reading this right. Switch to the thumbs, back to the middle fingers. Get up the nose, press. Sometimes I like to press a couple of times. Go back down. All right. Step 11, with the pads of the fingers, so like your fatty part, with the pads of the fingers, start a light tapping movement, piano playing on the cheeks, working in a circle around the cheeks. That's easy. 1, 2, 3. All right, puff. Slide the corner of the chin. Slide to the center of the chin. This picture doesn't match. Use fingers of each hand, start a circular movement at the center of the chin and move up towards the earlobes. Slide the middle fingers to the corner of the mouth and then continue the circular movements. Okay. Then just keep going up. The mouth, circular movements to the ears. Turn the middle fingers to the nose and continue the circular movements upward to the cheek on the top of the ear. Repeat 3 times. So that was 1. Back down. 2. Keep slouching. 1 more time, which will be 3. And most massages you won't put gloves on. I'm just so used to wearing gloves, I always grab some. But you want to feel the skin. All right, step 13. Place one finger above the mouth and 1 finger below the mouth. With the index and middle fingers of each hand. Oh, start scissoring. Okay. So scissors is usually your index and your middle finger, and you just open them in a V shape. What would that be called? A side V of each hand. Start the scissor movement gliding from the center of the mouth upward over the cheekbone. Stop at the top of the cheekbone. Alternate. Alternate the movement from one side of the face to the other side using the right hand on the right side of the face and then the left hand on the left side of the face. As one hand reaches the cheekbone, start the other at the center of the mouth. Repeat 8 to 10 times. I think I'm at 3. And each side, left and right, 1 time. Left and right, 2 times. Left and right, 3 times. All right. 14. With the middle finger of both hands, draw the fingers from the center of the upper lip. Draw the fingers from the center of the upper lip around the mouth. All right. Under the lower lip, and then continue a circle under the chin. Sometimes I feel like the picture doesn't match the description. With the middle finger of both hands, draw the fingers from the center of the upper lip. I guess I would want to come up like this. So typically, you don't include the lips and the eyes in your facial unless you're doing an eye or lip treatment. However, at the end, I do always recommend doing an eye cream and like a lip balm just to finish off your facial. It's a great way to include retail. And then if you notice like their lips are dry or maybe they have puffy eyes, tell them, hey, I can do an eye treatment for you today. Additional $15 upcharge, you know, onto your facial, and then include all the stuff, do the mask, do the lips, do all that stuff in your facial, so you include it. All right, with the index finger above the chin and jawline, the middle ring and little fingers should be under the chin and jawline. Start a scissor movement from the center of the chin and then slide the fingers along the jawline to the earlobe. You can even incorporate the earlobes. Like I was saying, it feels really good. Put the earlobe in between your fingers. That feels really good. There's a lot of pressure or stress that people can carry right here or right here or right here and don't even know. There's major pressure points right there. So to kind of, you know, fill on that as you come back down, same thing. Put it in your hand, come back down. Alternate one hand after the other, using the right hand on the right side of the face and the left hand on the left side of the face. Repeat 8 to 10 times on each side of the face, slide down the neck. We're gonna just do 3. So again, right, left, 1, right, left, 2, right, left, 3, so on. I'll wipe off a little bit of this. My little guy doesn't have pores. All right. 16. Apply light upward strokes over the front of the neck with both hands. Circle down and then back up using firmer downward pressure on the outer sides of the neck. Repeat 10 times. Do not press down on the center of the neck. So apply light upward strokes over the front of the neck with both hands. And then circle down and then back up using a firm pressure. It's kind of weird because it's on the mannequin, but you guys get the gist with it. So again, do 3 times. This says 10, 3. And you don't want to press hard on the neck. There's lots of vital organs and bones. So we don't want to be like to our people. Just press light. Same with like the eyes. You can press stronger because on the brow bone. That's a stronger point on the face. The cheekbones are pretty strong. The chin's pretty strong. Even the nose, you don't want to press too hard on certain areas. Too much. 17, when the middle and ring fingers of the, with the middle and ring fingers of the right hand, give 2 quick taps under the chin, followed by 1 quick tap with the middle and ring fingers of the left hand. The tap should be done in a continuous movement, keeping a steady rhythm. The tap should be done with a light touch, but with enough pressure so that a soft tapping sound can be heard. Continue the tapping movement with moving the hand slightly to the right and then to the left. So, so as to cover the complete underside of the chin. So you could do it like this without stopping or breaking the rhythm of the tapping, or like this. So again, down and back would be 1, down and back would be 2, down and back would be 3, or 1, 2, 3. Continue the tapping on the right cheek in the same manner as under the chin, except the tapping with the left hand will have lifting movements. The rhythm will be tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift. Okay, so continue the tapping on the right cheek. This is my right cheek. In the same manner as under the chin, except the tapping with the left hand, except the tapping with the left hand will have a lifting movement. Good. So tap, tap, I guess lift. I don't know. This is kind of confusing. Continue the tapping on the right cheek in the same manner as under the chin, except the tapping with the left hand will have the lift. Okay, so tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift, tap, tap. So that way you keep one hand on your client, and then you repeat it. Without stopping the tapping movement, move the fingers back under the chin and over the left cheek. I got it. Tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift. You keep one hand so you don't lose contact with your client. Like I said, you want to make sure you're always in contact with them, unless you're getting more product, changing water, writing down your stuff for your skin analysis. So you'll do that 15 to 20 times without stopping the tapping movement. Move the fingers back under the chin and over the left cheek, repeating the tapping and lifting movements. Move up and out on the area in a consistent pattern. Avoid tapping directly on the jawbone because that will feel unpleasant to the client. Make sure, again, your tap, tap lifts are, nice. Don't, and then lift, like, be gentle. In, down, back, 1, down, back, 2, down, back, 3. Without stopping the tapping movements, okay? Move the hands over the corners of the mouth. Break into an upward stroking movement with the first 3 fingers of each hand. Okay. One finger follows the other as each finger lifts the corner of the mouth. Okay. Use both hands at the same time to alternate each hand. As one hand ends the movement, the other hand starts. So yes, go down and back, maybe. I don't know what the picture shows. 20. Without stopping the stroking movement, without stopping the stroking movement, move up the outside corner of the left eye and continue the stroking upward movement. So without stopping the stroking movement, move up the corner of the left eye and continue the stroking upward movement. Continue the stroking movement across the forehead. So now we're getting ready to end forehead to the outside corner of the right eye. Continue the stroking movement. Again, effleurage. Continue the stroking movement back and forth across the forehead, gradually slowing the movement. Let the movements grow slower and slower as the touch becomes lighter and lighter, because most times when you're doing massage and stuff, you want to feather off. Taper the movement off until the fingers are gradually lifting from the forehead. This slowing down the movement is often called feathering. Optional to glide down the neck and chest to repeat the movement on the areas as directed by the instructor. Finish your facial service and complete your client consultation. So again, this is a cleansing or a version of a cleansing massage. So when you do your pre-cleanse, you can do this and then you can repeat it again when you do your prescribed cleanser. Does anybody have any questions?
So, Miss Ashley, all of this that you just did, steps 1 through 21, we supposed to get that within 6 minutes.
No, I'm just showing you so you can start to practice. Oh, you mean on the thing? Yeah, because you're gonna do it faster. So, you know, you're gonna put it on and then go around. Yeah, I was just doing it slow, and you still really couldn't see. I was just doing it slow to read the steps so I could do it right. But no, it's gonna be a lot more faster.
What if we forget a step or leave one of these steps to 21 out? Like if we
You
keep
going.
step 1, then we'll be okay?
No, you don't want to do step 1 the whole time, but you just keep going. So like I said, you're like, oh man, I don't remember what I was doing. Think of either do circles, do effleurage, do tapotement, do petrissage, have your go-to movement. So if you do forget something, they don't know that. They just think, you know, you're doing your thing. So like, let's say you're supposed to be, you know, coming up, doing like scissors or something like that, and you forget, you know, do tapotement or do like a kneading movement or even effleurage. Pick a primary movement that's your go-to movement. So even if you do mess up, you still have a go-to movement.
Okay.
Sure, makes me look small. Anyway, does anybody else have any questions? We ran out of time. I'm not going to show the other video. Does anybody else have any questions? So be using your mannequin, husbands, children's, moms, dads, friends, family, whatever, and start to practice. It's tomorrow, like I said, and I don't expect you to have it all together, but have your book or have your tablet up with your book online and be practicing, you know, just sit there and practice. And before you know it, it's going to be second nature. And that will be one version of a massage that you have down. And then that's what you'll do. Because you don't want people coming in and then the whole time you're just like, you know, you want to actually have like some type of technique. Does anybody else have a question? How are the aromatherapy projects coming? Good?
Hard.
Why is it hard?
I don't know. I just have never wrote a paper about an ingredient before. It's just hard. Pick one.
Yeah, that's the point, to learn. What'd you choose?
I'm torn in between orange.
Sorry.
Orange, or I also want to do eucalyptus.
Ooh, I like eucalyptus.
So I'm trying to find
Well,
one.
you have to do two, remember?
I'm trying to find one that's got everything in it that you asked us to do, so it won't be that hard of a, you know, but I'll figure something out.
Okay. Everybody else doing okay on the project? It's due on Thursday. The rubric and everything's up there, so it tells you exactly what you need on there. All right. Well, our next class is tomorrow at 10. Like I said, we're going to do the consultation, the greeting, the whole Pro 60. So it's going to be a little bit longer class that we're going to be walking through. And then after we go through that, that's the expectation. So tomorrow I'll be setting the expectation of what your facial should look like moving forward. Whether you're doing a Pro 30, Pro 60, a back treatment, whatever, you do your greeting, you do your consultation, you do your mapping. You guys remember we went over that. You do your greeting, your consultation, have them change the draping, do your grounding, and I'm going to write all this out and then start the actual procedure. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but again, like today, that's supposed to be in 3 minutes, right? Because I'm walking you through it. So when you do it, it's not going to take as long, but because we're walking through it and people may have questions or whatever, it's going to take a little bit longer. But tomorrow, what we'll be doing should be completed in a 60-minute realm. Yeah, minus cleanup and setup. With cleanup and setup, it's 75 minutes because you give yourself lead time. But the actual treatment itself with greeting, consultation, draping, and then doing the actual treatment should be 60 minutes. And we'll be doing this cleanse again tomorrow. All right. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. Advising starts again next week. So if you didn't get it last time, hopefully I'll get you this time. I have everybody's hours. It should be up to date. So I'll start those next Monday and get them done by that Thursday. So I'll be reaching out to see what is an appropriate time. Again, we'll be on Google Classroom. Take 10 or 15 minutes of your time to go over your progress in the program, talk to you about your hours, give you an estimated deadline of when you will graduate, and see if there's any areas of improvement that we need to work on in the next month. You guys can be handing in stuff over the Christmas break. We got a lot of stuff handed in over Thanksgiving, so thanks to you all that did that. Lanice is looking at those, as well as me and Maddie sometimes. So I'm sending those over to her to give feedback. So hopefully you guys are getting feedback via email. And I think that's it. Hope everybody has a nice night. Stay warm, stay safe. It's crazy out there. And this will be up later because I did record it. I remembered. All right, ladies, have a good one.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome.